Hey everyone, this is Bergman, founder and CEO of IRA Financial. Welcome to another episode of AdBits, where I will be sharing bits of knowledge about self-directed retirement. If you want to learn more, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Just search IRA Financial. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of AdBits. I'm Bergman, tax attorney and founder of IRA Financial. Today's episode, I'm going to tell you how to pick the right custodian for your self-directed IRA. So obviously, I'm going to preface what I'm about to say with, I am obviously the most objective person when discussing how to choose the right IRA custodian for your self-directed IRA investment, because I own IRA Financial Trust and started it 10 years ago plus to help people more efficiently, cost effectively use their retirement money to make alternative asset investments. So obviously I'm biased, but I don't want to talk about one company over the other. I'm just going to give you some hints. If you are out there researching what an IRA custodian is and how to pick the right one, I'm going to just offer you some, I think, helpful hints and tips to hopefully pick the right one. So what is an IRA custodian? Well, in order to set up an IRA under Section 408 of the tax code, you need to have an IRA established at one of three places: a bank, a financial institution, or a state-regulated trust company. Okay, so you can't just open an IRA at Walmart. It needs to be either at a bank, financial institution, or a regulated trust company like IRA Financial Trust. Many of the self-directed IRA custodians are chartered in South Dakota and are thus governed by the South Dakota Division of Banking. Just like Delaware is popular for corporations, specifically publicly traded corporations, South Dakota is very popular for trust companies. Even Wells Fargo is chartered there, as well as many of the most prominent self-directed IRA custodians. So number one, obviously you want to make sure and understand who you are using as your custodian. You want to make sure they're regulated. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second, obviously, is you want to make sure they're in good standing, which you can check the state website for that information. Thirdly, you want to make sure they're a member of what is known as RITA, the Retirement Industry Trust Association. And RITA is a professional trade association dedicated to the expansion of opportunities for all Americans to save and invest for retirement. It was founded in 1987, and if you go to ritaus.org, you can check all the members. Okay, so there's a list of all the members, and you obviously could then make sure that the IRA custodian you're selecting is a member of RITA. Now, I've been involved with RITA for many years. It's a wonderful organization, does great work, and I think it's important that the custodian you use is a member of RITA for no other reason that it shows they're committed to the industry and they're committed to continuing education, and they're committed to obviously good practice and having procedures in place that comply with RITA. So I think it's super important. All the major IRA custodians are members, so I would definitely make that a stop before deciding on an IRA custodian. Make sure to check out ritaus.org because it's a great place for information. And then you obviously can make sure the member you want or you're thinking of using is a member of RITA. Okay, so again, an IRA custodian, or I should have probably said this in the beginning, we don't sell investments, we don't give investment advice, we're non-fiduciary. Okay, we simply facilitate investments, right? You tell us what to do with the money and we send the money there. We don't have discretion, we don't give investments advice, we don't sell products. We simply facilitate investments in the alternative asset world. Custodians, or at least self-directed IRA custodians, do not compete with the traditional institutions like the Schwabs, E-Trades, Vanguards, because we don't sell products. Okay, so there is no competition. It's a complimentary service we provide, because if you are a client of Vanguard or Schwab and want to do alternative assets, they're not going to custody those assets. They don't have expertise in the area. So they're going to send you, hopefully, to a RITA member so you can have one of our members custody your alternative asset investment. And that's the way it works. Self-directed IRAs have been around since the advent of IRAs in 1974. Our industry is a great industry. We have approximately 4 or 5% of the total $13 trillion in IRAs, which is still 300 billion plus. So huge industry. We're all regulated, super safe. We are generally non-bank, so we use a bank to hold the funds, which will give you obviously FDIC and protection up to $250,000. So your money is safe. And then obviously once you make your investment, it's no longer FDIC and protected. FDIC protected only protects cash in the bank. And once you make the investment, you get to choose and hopefully have done your research and diligence and have chose wisely, and hopefully you will reap the benefits of your investment that will go back to your IRA without tax, which is known as deferral. So another question I get a lot is people go online and there's an Iras list of all non-bank custodians. Okay, and they're like, wait, why is an IRA Financial Trust or any of the IRA custodians not on this list? And it's at irs.gov/retirement plans approved non-bank trustees and custodians. Okay, here's the answer. IRA Financial Trust or any RITA member are custodians under 408A2, and we are a bank custodian defined under 408N. So we are not a non-bank custodian. We are a bank custodian, and that's why we're not on the list, because we are a bank custodian and not a non-bank custodian as per section 408A2 and 408N. So there's that answer. If you're Googling around and you come across this IRS list and you see there's a whole list of non-bank custodians, and you say, hey, where's IRA Financial Trust? Where are all the other great self-directed IRA custodians? You won't find them on the list. Why? Because we are all bank custodians. So just wanted to clarify that point because I get that question, and my team does almost on a daily basis. So just to recap, obviously you need to open an IRA at a custodian, whether it's a bank, financial institution, or approved trust company. Obviously do your research, make sure they're in good standing. Then you want to go to RITAUS.org, make sure that the custodian you want to use is a member. If they're not a member, I would be cautious because, again, they're seemingly not interested in the industry or continuing education or making sure that their policies are in full compliance with the RITA's perspective or suggested policies and procedures. So that would be a warning to me that, hey, there's a reason this institution doesn't want to be part of RITA. Yeah, there is a cost, but it may just be that, or it could just be other things. And personally, again, I would want to work with a RITA member. And it's not just IRA Financial Trust. There's 15 plus really good companies that are part of RITA, and I would strongly suggest using one of us because you'll get great service, you'll know we're in good standing, and our policies and procedures are consistently being updated, and we're very focused, obviously, on good practices. So that's it. Otherwise, it's a super fun way to invest. You get to invest in assets you hopefully believe in. It gives you great diversification, whether you're doing private businesses, investment funds, gold, Bitcoin, real estate. There's a whole slew of really exciting investments you can do, even if you are very focused and a committed equity investor. I personally believe having diversification is important. I think every good financial advisor will tell you the same thing, that it's healthy to diversify. You don't want to put all your money in the stock market or in bonds or mutual funds. It's okay to diversify. And I think that's what the self-directed IRA industry is so focused on and does such a great job, is giving the American public the ability safely, cost effectively, and now more than ever efficiently to open a self-directed IRA and use those retirement funds to make alternative asset investments to help you diversify and hopefully help you build a very powerful and ever growing nest egg for you and your family. So there you go. This hopefully shed some light on how to select the right IRA custodian for your self-directed IRA. Obviously, I'm pretty biased on who you should choose, but if you choose a different business or a different RITA member, just again, make sure it's a RITA member. We're all great companies, so even if you don't choose IRA Financial, you'll be in good hands. And I can tell you that if it is a RITA member, you should get great customer service. You'll be working with a regulated trust company, so you know your funds will be safe and secure, and there'll be the right policies in place to make sure that occurs. So happy investing. It's a lot of fun. I love this industry. I'm super passionate about it, as you guys probably can tell. I've been self-directing my retirement accounts for 10 plus years. I've done incredibly well over the last 10 years. Not to say that things can change or that's going to be something that will happen for you, but it's worked out really well for me and a lot of my clients who've been able to invest in investments that they believe in. And I'm a firm believer that if you invest in something you care about, you're going to just pay more attention to it and probably be better at it than just throwing your money at something and not really caring or looking to see how it's doing. So there you go. Happy investing. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate all the support. The Self-Directed Retirement Nation is growing. And I hope if you are looking for an IRA custodian, welcome to our industry, and I think you'll have a great time, and I hope you do super well in your investment. So take care, and I will talk to everyone again next week.